Everyone, today we are discussing planes of maximum shear. First of all, consider the stress matrix, and these sigma 1, sigma 2, sigma 3 are the roots. So maximum shear stress will be for this condition, sigma 1 greater than sigma 2 greater than sigma 3 will be half sigma 1 minus sigma 3 equal to tau 2, and associated normal stress will be half within bracket sigma 1 plus sigma 3. These are together given as expression number 1. So for this you have to check the Mohr cycle. There you will find the maximum shear stress and associated normal stress for every condition. So I request you to check that video. Now putting these values in expression number 2. Expression number 2, you will find three equations. Tn square equal to sigma square plus tau square equal to sigma 1 square nx square plus sigma 2 square ny square plus sigma 3 square nz square. So this is the same expression but written in different form. Sigma, which is normal stress, it is equal to sigma 1 nx square plus sigma 2 ny square plus sigma 3 nz square. And expression number last one, 1 equal to nx square plus ny square plus nz square. It is known because these are direction cosines. So the values, after putting these values for suppose tau 2 and normal stress sigma in these expressions shown in the expression number 2, where here we have got nx equal to plus minus root over 1 by 2, or we can have plus minus 1 divided by root over 2, or ny equal to 0, nz equal to plus minus 1 divided by root over 2. This means that the planes on which shear stress takes on the extreme value makes angle 45 and 135 degree with the sigma 1 and sigma 2. So for this condition you can see, for this condition sigma 1 greater than sigma 2, sigma 2 is greater than sigma 3, then the planes on which this shear stress takes place, suppose this maximum stress will take place in some planes, and these planes on which maximum shear stress occurs makes angle 45 degree and 135 degree with sigma 1 and sigma 2. These are the main thing what we have learned here. In the figure you can see the principal planes and the planes of maximum shear, and these planes are making 45 degree and 135 degree with the principal axis, or you can say sigma 1 and sigma 2, sigma 3. Coming to the condition sigma equal to sigma 2, which is greater than sigma 3, then the Mohr cycles reduce to one cycle BC, and maximum shear stress will be half sigma 2 minus sigma 3 equal to tau 1, and associated normal stress is half sigma 2 plus sigma 3. Now if you see the Mohr cycle, you can imagine that for this condition sigma equal to sigma 2 which is greater than sigma 3, and there will be only one circle BC, and the maximum shear stress will be half sigma 2 minus sigma 3 equal to tau 1, and the normal stress is half sigma 2 plus sigma 3 if you see the figure. Substituting for tau 1 and normal stress half sigma 2 plus sigma 3 in this expression number 3, like the previous one, you will get nx 0 by 0, ny 0 by 0, nz equal to plus minus 1 by root over 2. The first two direction cosines nx and ny, these are indeterminate. That means the value cannot be determined. This means that the planes on which tau 1 is acting makes angle 45 and 135 with the sigma 3 axis. Since sigma 1 equal to sigma 2 and then these are not equal to sigma 3, the axis of sigma 3 is unique, and whereas every direction perpendicular to sigma 3 is a principal direction associated with sigma 1 equal to sigma 2. Let us discuss octahedral stress. Let the frame of reference be again chosen along sigma 1, sigma 2 and sigma 3 axis. Now a plane that is equally inclined to these three axes is called octahedral plane. A plane that is equally inclined to these three axes is called an octahedral plane. So direction cosine should be equal, nx equal to ny equal to nz. That means the angle which this plane makes with a particular axis is direction cosine. So as the plane is equally inclined to the principal axis, all the three axes, that means this should be, the directions cosine should be equal, nx equal to ny equal to nz. Now since nx square plus ny square plus nz square equal to 1 an octahedral plane, so nx equal to ny equal to nz should be equal to root over plus minus 1 by root over 3. So if nx, ny, nz are equal, then their value must be equal to plus minus 1 divided by root over 3. So there are 8 such planes. If you see, then you will find there are 8 such planes having nx equal to ny equal to nz equal to this value. Normal stresses on these planes are called the octahedral normal stress. Now putting nx equal to ny equal to nz equal to plus minus 1 by root over 3 in equation number 1, 2, what we have got, sigma octa, that means normal octahedral normal stress, that is equal to 1 by 3 sigma 1 plus sigma 2 plus sigma 3 equal to is equation number 3. Now similarly we have got tau octa also, tau octa square equal to 1 by 9 within bracket sigma 1 minus sigma 2 whole square plus sigma 2 minus sigma 3 whole square plus sigma 3 minus sigma 1 whole square. So we have got the expression number 5, that means we have rearranged this expression number 4 and got expression number 5, and finally we have got the expression number 6. So octahedral planes are defined with respect to their principal axis, not with reference to an arbitrary frame of reference. So always remember, octahedral planes are defined with respect to their principal axis, not with reference to an arbitrary frame of reference. Octahedral normal says sigma octa and octahedral CSS tau octa can be written in terms of sigma x, sigma y, sigma z, tau xy, tau yz, and tau zx. These are the 6 independent components. Now this expression number 7 can be written. I request you to visit Authentic Media 2020 blogspot.com for further reading materials. Thank you.